That's our topic today. Okay, you're gonna receive a message that we are streaming in a second. Let's see. As soon as you receive, and I receive that message too, our topic today. Okay, it's okay. All right. I'm ready to go here. And now let's start recording here in case we have it in two different ways. Okay. When I started well, first of all, good morning. This is George Reese. We're starting to record here. I'm super excited about the topic today. It's one of my favorite topics. And the reason is because it's how to create new names, leads. And the reason I learned that even before network marketing is because I have a traditional business and I was also in real estate. And I wanted to make sure that there was a way that I could create leads without having to spend a lot of money or any money at all in advertisement. Now, that was in the early 90s. Today, many of these things still apply, but the cool thing with the tools that we have today, it makes it even easier. Because you can connect with people much easier. But I'm going to show you things that some of them are so damn simple that you're going to say, what I didn't think about that. We always try to do the most complicated way. Well, a lot of people are coming in the last second. But this is very important to have a way that we never run out of leads. But before, I'm going to give you a base why we can reach anybody we want. And when I mean anybody we want, many people say, but I don't know people that have big networks. I don't know networkers. I don't know enough business people. I don't know enough positive people because I grew up in the middle of, I don't know, the Kalahari. Whatever, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you live or how you grow up or where you even live today. There are ways to always have people looking at your business. And I'm going to share that in a second. Let me go to my PowerPoint. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, the PowerPoint is there. Never run out of prospects. It's part of the DMO. And let me show you what is the DMO, by the way. What is the daily method of operation? Because this is so important to know. A DMO is something that you do every consistently to complete certain tasks. A DMO could be in business. That is where we are using it now. It could be on anything. But here, our DMO, something that we do, if it's possible, every day is very simple. And I have like a triangle here. See? Okay. And the heart of the whole thing is your list. Your list is the machine that's building that DMO. Why? Because without list, without names, you don't go anywhere. And this is for any business. Doesn't matter if you are selling hot dogs and you have to have a customer list that you are going to bring before, because you say, well, I put a card and that's enough. No, you first bring your friends. You first bring the people that know you. You have to announce this to other people. The second one is connecting. It's how to connect with that people. And there are many ways to connect. And today, mostly, we are going to be talking about the list, but I'm going to be touching a little on connect. The next one is present. And that's one of the things that helps today with the tools that we have. I told the story in another call how one of the top networkers, a man that has made over $100 million, he was terrible when he started in network marketing, but his upline say, I'm going to convert you in director. And he said, what do you mean director? There is no rank called director. Well, what I mean is how to direct people to the information. That's where presentation today is amazing because we have many people where we direct the information. And the last one is the follow-up. And these are things that we can do every day, 5 days a week. We always are feeding that list, putting new people. We are connecting with people. We are presenting and follow-up. Now, we always heard the fortune is in the follow-up. That's true. But also, the fortune really is in the DMO, because if we don't have a list, we cannot do any of the other ones. Simple. If we don't connect to the list, the same thing. We don't present, we don't complete. And now the secret is to have your list, connect, present, follow up, and teach others to do the same. That's the DMO. And teach others to do the same. And keep it simple. We tend to complicate it. I was one of those when I started. Well, I came from computer science school. Of course, I was complicated because everything, it has to be complicated, especially when you were programming or doing things like that. But anyway, You are 2 leaders away from great success. And this is in our pay plan. Most pay plans don't have that feature. When you have one on the left, one on the right, and you don't have even to sponsor that person because it comes from somebody in your group, left and right, that go crazy, you are going to have those 2 people that are going to exploit your business. Anybody remember, if you have one person on the left, one person on the right, by the way, this is something cool, and you have heard it before when I talk about the pay plan. When you have one person on your left and one on your right, you open infinity levels because the computer is going to look for infinity levels. Now, what happens when you find 2 people that go crazy? They can max out your center. Now, remember, max out 600 cycles. And if it's at $45, that's $1.4 million a year. You found 2 people, and they don't have to be your personals again. They exploit your business. You see, I'm not talking about rank. You don't have to be a 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 stars. Just those 2 people that came in your downline and exploited your business. That's very unique for the binary system. And of course, we had the machine that make it even better. But I'm not going to go into the pay plan. We have other videos for that. I just want to show you. This is a theory that was actually proposed by the University of Columbia. They say it's called the 6 degrees of separation. And now, in Wikipedia says 6 degrees of separation is the idea that all people are 6 or fewer social connections away from each other. As a result, a chain of friend of a friend statements can be made to connect any 2 people in a maximum of 6 steps. It is also known as the 6 handshakes rule. Why is it so important to learn this? Because when we know that we can reach anybody that we want to reach. The most important part is the mindset to remember that this is true. I mean, you're connecting people, and within 6 degrees, you can reach anybody. Doesn't matter who. You want to reach the mayor of the town where you live? Do you know anybody that may have the contact with the mayor? Think about that. Probably after asking a few questions, friends, you're going to find that person. But every city has only one mayor. If you can find one mayor, how many people do you think are looking for the opportunity to make a change in their life in a city or in a town? Tons. And if we expand ourselves to the internet, Facebook, social media, Instagram, etc., there are a lot of people looking for something. A lot of people looking for something that they can change their life right away. Now, many people say, yeah, I don't believe that. The LinkedIn evidence. This is something that I have a friend that's one of the top social media trainers. As a matter of fact, they call him the father of modern social media marketing. And he showed me this because he's a LinkedIn crazy person. And he showed me, I'm going to show you how many people you are connected within 3 levels or generations. And I'm going to show this. Let me get out of the sharing. I don't know why I can't. Oh, okay. Why I cannot get out of the sharing? Now I'm doing the whole presentation. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me go back here. I'm going to open the LinkedIn account. I think I have it already open. If not, I can. The Zoom, ChatGPT. You say, why is ChatGPT there? Because I have something I'm going to show you. Okay, this is my LinkedIn account. Everybody can see it, correct? I'm going to show you that it's going to explode your brain, literally. This is my link, and there's here on top, say my network. I don't know how many of you have LinkedIn, but when you click in my network, it's going to tell me how many people I have in my network. And I have 1,221 connections. That's the equivalent of friends, if you want to connect it. Now, in friends, I have more than that in Facebook. I wish Facebook had something like this, because what I'm going to show you is going to blow your mind. I say, okay, these are my direct connections. Now, if I add the direct connections, how many people I have? Now I have 1,221. It's a good chunk. You can connect with some people. Some of them already in 3. Most of them, I know most of them, by the way. These are not something that came out of the blue. Most of them here from this list, I know 5 of them. There's one that I don't know. But anyway, you see where it says search with filters. For those of you on LinkedIn, click here, And you see on top, say first, second, and third. Now, the people that I know is 1,100. Now, if I add the one that they know, let's see how many people we have. And this would be the second generation. Remember the second degree of separation. Remember, we were talking about 6. It's bad that they don't have more than, but let's click second. Look at the number. Can you see the number here? 2.1 million people. Suddenly, this is proving me that even though I have 1,000, you add 3 more zeros times twice, actually, 2 times and 3 more zeros of people that I can connect. And look, I don't know how many pages, but they have up to 100 there. You say, whoa, this is cool. But still, I'm not sold out that I can connect with everybody, with most people in the planet. Well, let's see what happens if I add the third one. Anybody wants a guess? Oh, actually, I know I'm going to do it right away. Anybody want to see the number? 1,090,000 people. Billion. This is proving the 6 degrees of separation, and we are just on 3. And this is just on in LinkedIn. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we can't keep selling to ourselves. I don't know enough people. I don't know the right people. Gosh, in this case, I have 1,100. You have 1 billion. I assume that this applies also to Facebook. If you have in Facebook 1,000 friends, probably you have in a third level 1 billion too, because the numbers are going to be about similar. And that's something, or Instagram, or TikTok, or YouTube. And this is on top of the people that you know that refer somebody and refer somebody. We have unlimited amount of people, and we can become really picky. Let me see if anybody has a question. Oh, yeah. This is, I agree, holy smokes. When I knew that the theory was real, but when this friend of mine showed me this, and I had LinkedIn for a while, I didn't know you could find something like that. I said, whoa. And that's why I said, there is no excuse. It's the only enemy that we have in believing this is thinking now, whoa, how do I connect with that people? Think about that. But these numbers are real. And that's why I say the LinkedIn, actually LinkedIn is proving that that theory is real. It's not just a theory anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the presentation. You see, we are knowing everybody, etc. But now, Heidi talks about the board of directors. I'm gonna show you another fact. And you see inside those boxes a bunch of names. When I started in the company, we earned several $1 million. I was listening to Bob Proctor, and he had a training where that he did for his wife. His wife was one of the top distributors in a company called Nikken, Network Marketing Distributor. And he said to his wife, and he created actually this. I had the training to say, okay, write boxes of people that characteristics of people that you want to be part of your organization. And you see, and you can copy this. By the way, this presentation, the PDF file is going to be posted on it's going to be posted on Shout. But anyway, you see, I have, and I repeat it many times. I want a coachable person, people's person, big network, positive team player that has empathy, that is a networker, that is goal-oriented. You can put whatever you want there, resilient, self-motivated. And I did that. I created 7 at the time, but I'm talking about 10, because when you have 10, that's the board of directors. Now, some little thing that I'm going to tell you. When you have 10 people that are your board of directors that you created, and doesn't have even to be 10 people that you personally sponsor. Could be 10 lines coming from the people that you sponsor, that they are in each one 3-star elite. You become a 6-star, that is a 7-figure income earner. They don't have to be 4 stars or anything like that. The reason I'm saying these two things, the 6 degrees of separation on this, is to show you the incredible potential that you have in the long term with this business. And now all the things that appear there, again, I'm going to be having this in a PDF file that you can actually look at the presentation and a PDF file too, PDF file. This is incredible. Now, the first thing that we do, obviously, is the list. And this is part of the training. When you see, make a list of 100 people, we had the project 100, that we have 100 people, and my happy 10, the 10 that you really want to connect first. We have a memory jogger. Memory joggers are cool. And this is the traditional way. And you say, well, I have seen this before. And that's true. But it still apply. We are going to go deeper than that. We are not going to stay here. But anyway, this is the people that you start. The fastest people to connect is the people that you have some connection with them. Remember, within 6 degrees, or actually 3 degrees, with 1,000 people, you have a possibility for 1 billion people, like I show you on the LinkedIn proof. Because they said evidence, there's no more theory. Okay, now you're making the list of people. Now, the first person that you are going to connect is the people that come to mind first. Because if it's coming to mind first, there's a reason. We don't know which is the reason. Maybe the person is going to say no. We don't know. But maybe it's a big reason that somebody comes to mind the first time. And here we have an example of a script. And by the way, remember, all these PDF files are going to be, this is going to be in a PDF file, and you are going to have access to all these. This is an example. And by the way, say more scripts on AA, and then I have the website that you can click and find the script there in the rlegacymakers.com/team scripts. But this is an example of script. You have been on my mind. Remember, I said this is people that comes to your mind. This is what you said. By the way, you can say in a phone call or you can text them, but with voice. The reason with voice is because if you just write it, you say, the person is reading, and oh, you've been on my mind, and yes, to and I recently came across, and I mean, but if you are saying, Mary, you've been on my mind, I just have to talk to you, basically. I recently came across an amazing product, but please, let's connect. We have one script specific for text where you can have 10, 15 texts a day, and we are going to talk about that in a second. This is the one that's coming. Your smartphone, you see? Voice text first. Hey, John, what are you doing? And look what I said. Oh, excuse me. Let me minimize this window because I cannot see my own script. All right. He said, listen carefully. I have to talk to you. I have to tell you what I just found out. I'm really excited. Call me. SY has to be a voice text. Because if you say, hey, John, what are you doing? Listen carefully. I have to talk to you. I have to tell you what I just found out. I'm really excited. Call me. No, you just say when you're excited. Now, everybody's excited in a different way. I tend to be loud. Some people are not loud, but people when that knows you know when you are excited. And then, thank you for calling me. By the way, you can say, I have to call you. You can say that too, and you are the one that is calling the person. But you see, it's so cool. Just this, by the way, and they say diamonds waiting in your fund. When you look at the 3 top ranks that nobody has reached yet in our business, that's diamonds. Guys, you find one of them, imagine just in the matching bonus, you can retire to Tahiti and drinking a margarita in Tahiti. Although a margarita would be better in Mexico, I think. But doesn't matter where you are. Or daiquiri. Okay. Excuse me. This is very important. Again, I'm going through the really super basics. Again, if we do this consistently, we can create a whole business before we get to other ways. Now, it's good to have other ways because it's like a person that's fishing. The more lines you have in the water, the faster you get people into your boat. And that's very important. But there are some that are super basic, like the one that I'm just telling you that now, very basic. Now, where do you spend your money? I tell you one thing, when you buy a car or you have an insurance agent, chiropractor, massage, doctor, whatever, or barber, stylist, You are spending money with them. Because you're spending the money with them, guess what? They have to give you the courtesy. They have to give you the courtesy to actually listen to you. Example script. And here we have another script. You see, I know you're not going to say that, but it's important. I've known for a long time. I have been thinking about you. I recently came across an incredible and unique product, and I'm looking for partners to help distribute it globally. It may or may not be for you. I always like to do, but I love to share some more details. When would be a good time for you to join me for a quick Zoom call meeting, whatever, where I can explain everything more detail? I forgot to add one thing that I always add. I don't want you to miss out. I always say that. I'm going to add it in the copy that I'm going to post. I don't want you to miss out. Very important to say that. Very simple. Again, what I'm showing you right now is very simple. Very simple. And remember, I don't want you to miss out. I didn't put that there. Referrals. This probably was one of the ways that I got a lot of leads when I started in network marketing. As you know, I was new in the country. My English was terrible. But I learned how to ask for referrals thanks to that famous book that I was telling you. And when you ask for referrals, you have to be specific. And you don't say, who do you know that would be interested in this? Now, you have to be specific. Oh, who do you know that want to earn more money, that want to be fit, networking sales, waiter and waitress, real estate. I don't have you to put a script because basically that's what you do. Moms who want to earn extra money, teacher, coaches, fitness, real estate people. By the way, the real estate people in most states are really open to other income because real estate has been going down in most states or most cities. But this is simple. And remember this again, the 6 degrees of separation. Referrals is another way to get there. Of course, there are so many ways. But now I'm going to go to the next part. But again, let me go back really quick. Where do you spend your money? Your smartphone, people that come to mind. Very simple. And your list, obviously, that you make in the 100. Very simple. We are not talking about anything crazy. People with things in common with you. This is great on social media, by the way, because you can find people that have the same profession or they have things in common with you. And this could be anything: career, sports, hobbies, church, etc., 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 etc. This is really cool. Okay, and the people is moving here celebrating. Oh, I forgot that they move. Okay, oops. Okay. Now, for example, Claudia, hey, I've been a teacher for 13 years. Well, we don't earn a lot. I discovered a way to diversify our income on a part-time basis. You're talking to another teacher without having to leave teaching. It may or may not be for you, etc. And again, I don't know why I didn't add that. I don't want you to miss out. You can be a teacher, you can be a nurse, you can be a Mark Janelle, who was one of the people that was one of my original mentors. He himself, he was a pastor. A lot of the people that he approached were pastors, but he loved skydiving. And a lot of the people that he sponsored at the beginning were skydivers too. And the reason, because he was in lines, me as a pastor or as a skydiver, he was connecting with people that were really close to him. And eventually he became multimillionaire to the fact that they used to call him the best networker in the world. For those of you that have been in network marketing for a while, probably you have heard of Mark Janelle. In our Legacy Makers, I have a couple of videos by Mark Janelle that are amazing if you want to watch those. But this is an example. Okay. Oh, again, they're celebrating there. Business cards. I don't have to go much in business card now. People say, yeah, many people don't use business card. Well, they use also the digital cards. But business card is very simple. And I'm going to go in one in a second that involve business cards or information that they're giving you. Daily interactions. I love daily interactions. We have sponsored, especially when I started network marketing, a lot of people in the daily interactions. Actually, not only starting, Adrian signed up this doctor in, I think it's in North Dakota. And she met her in an elevator. I was with her and a couple of other leaders, and she just started talking normally. Then they got the information from her. She got the information from her, and eventually she signed up with the founder. And this is an example that I love to use in restaurants. I have the way we are talking, and many people jump. I have a great opportunity. I just say, oh, by the way, you are in social media. 90% of the waiter or waitresses are. And I asked if they have monetized them, and they said, "What do you mean monetize them?" He said, "Well, let's connect, and I show you how you can make money with social media." It's simple. Now, if I meet the person, give the phone number, and this is what they did. For example, after we left the elevator and they exchanged phone numbers, she then sent a message saying, "It was great meeting with you. I would love to share what I do." By the way, I missed the A there. I would love to share what I do. And that was it. And then they start connected because the person, when you meet a person and the person give you a phone number, rarely anybody send a text right away. You have to, because that way they remember you better. Again, you connect with a person, you get information, could be on social media, connect with the person right away in social media, saying something through Messenger or whatever social media they are, or through the phone. Now, this one is very interesting. I'm not saying to have a booth in the trade show, because let me tell you, although some people are great in booth, having a table on a trade show, really the entrepreneurs are not the people that go to the trade show, unless you're in a trade show for people that want to open a business, but there are very few of those compared with the general public. You want to connect with people that have the tables. As a matter of fact, I have it here in the next one. And collect cards, then call them later. The people you have at the people who have a table are the entrepreneurs. Those are the ones. And remember, I told you that there are 3 people in my team in the company that I started doing this that became millionaires. One of them, his wife has, they have most of them, by the way, the people have table, that's like a part-time thing that they do in the weekend to make extra money. And that was the case of this friend of ours. He was a mechanic. We didn't know him, by the way. I say friend of, later became friend of us. And his wife was selling different stuff in the flea market every weekend in St. George in Utah. We approached them. We got the card. They started using the products. And eventually, this guy became one of my $1 million income earners in my team. Second example, somebody, we were also in another show that was called What Women Want. There were things for women mostly, etc. And one of the booths was a woman from Mary Kay. I had to correct us hours after the show ended. Anyway, and then we connect with the person. And then we get in contact first about the products, because she said, well, in America, I'm doing very well. As a matter of fact, she has something called the Pink House, where she was doing meetings. And that's where we did our first meeting in the company that we were. Eventually, she became a $1 million income earner, not only became a million income earner, but she brought somebody that was also from Mary Kay that became my top income earner in that company. How did she come? The third person was in a show in Las Vegas, bridal show. And this was a guy that was doing part-time too in trade shows. I don't remember what his girlfriend was selling, but he was selling, helping his girlfriend. They joined and they became also millionaires, million income earners. They have a table. Now, you can open a table, but that's a whole different science. It's not complicated. I have a whole training for that, because you can do that. But the best way is the free one. You get business cards. You wait 48 hours to 72 hours after the show ends. Why you have to do that? Because you don't want to approach the people in the show. They could get upset with you. My first leader that I got in my first company in Vax International, my second leader was my second leader. My first leader was somebody else. I went to a flea market. It was not even a show. It was a flea market. And then I start picking up cards. But actually, one specific impressed me. This guy was very fun there with his wife, and they were selling things that they bought in garage sales, and they were selling in flea markets. And they did very well. They had antiques, they have all kind of stuff. And then I got his car and or his phone number, but I don't remember he had a card. But anyway, I called him like 2 or 3 days later, and he said, well, to make money, because I told him, hey, I'm opening this area. I would like to talk to you. People like you make a lot of money in my business. I said, well, tell me where we can meet. And we met halfway because it was in a different city. He joined. And the first presentation that we did in his house, we have over 35 or 45 people. We have a big group of people. And they signed up probably, I would say like 18 or 20 people. That was a person from a flea market that got his business card. As you see, there are many of these things that we have seen so far, and I'm not telling you to get out of your way. Maybe you start visiting more shows because shows are fun. I love to go to shows. And then at the same time, I'm collecting. I like window shopping, getting more cars. Social media friends. Now, I found a lot of friends on social media. I signed up so far too. One of them, I didn't even know where he was. I thought he was still in South America. Actually, I thought he was in Europe because his parents from Italy. And after what everything happened in Venezuela, a lot of people went where their roots were. His parents were from Italy. I thought he had gone to Italy, etc. And I found this friend of mine on the internet. We started talking. He went to high school with me. And what a surprise, he was living in Montreal. Guess what? Who is starting a group in Montreal? They speak French and Italian and English too. He speaks 3 languages. This is really cool. Now, this is the message that you see here is very similar. I don't know. I have to correct something there. Hey, John, what are you doing? Listen carefully. I have to talk to you. I have to tell you what I just found out. I'm really excited. Call me. You see, it's the same. It's a voice message, but on Messenger. In this case, was Messenger. You can continue or a messenger or a voicemail. Now, I don't know if you know, but you can actually not only have conversations on Messenger, but you actually can call somebody on their phone using Messenger. And like I said, I signed up so far 2 people that I found several people. One of them was from the first company I was in. And the guy was not in my team, but he was a leader in another team in the first company that I did. And I found out he's the master distributor on another company, and they got a position. And he still is the master distributor in that company, but I don't think they're doing very well. That's why he got a position. And by the way, when I met him in the first company, he actually was not a leader. He was a very outgoing guy. I knew one day he was going to be successful, and he is now. He and his wife. Posting. This is so simple. Actually, before I keep going, let's see. I've been going, let me stop sharing for a second. Okay. I want to make sure that everybody's alive, that you are listening, etc. Any comments or anything about what I just covered? Perfect. Perfect. Let me make sure messages. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to go to the last part, and I'm not going to go deep in social media, but I'm going to go in something a little deeper. And some of you probably are going to pass out because I did when I learned the technology. Not because it's complex, it's because it was new. But let me go here. Okay. It's posting. Now, one of the things that we have sometimes blockages is that we don't know what to post. Now, I was thinking in having the post of the day. I'm probably we're going to have something like that still. The only challenge with the post of the day that the bigger the group is, and then you look at Facebook and Instagram, etc., and a lot of people has exactly the same post. And after a while, people, if they are seeing it, especially if there are a lot of people that are connected together, for example, you're posting the same thing that your friend is posting, and that part, a lot of the relationships probably are about the same, not all of them, and the same the other person, the same the other person. Then people are going to see it so much the same thing, and you want to make sure that you are original. And how do you do that? Uh, I'm going to show you how in about less than a minute you can have posting for every day, even if it's only one for the whole week, and you choose the topic. And I'm going to introduce you to something that some of you probably already know. Let me see, somebody's asking me a question. Okay, by the way, August Smith said, I'm going to do this as soon as this training ends. Oh, I'm going to try one of these tomorrow. Yeah, the best way, by the way, to learn how to use something is to train, not only to use it right away, but teach your people too. Because, and that's one of the things that when I learn something new in a book, I post and teach it right away. And the reason I do that is because I want not to forget it. And then also I use it myself because in that way you become good. The more you do it, the better. Now, posting, this is really cool. And I know when I go to the next slide, probably some of you are going to run away. Don't do it. This is super simple. Okay, let me go. This is using AI, artificial intelligence, and say, what? That sounds too complicated. Well, I have some examples here, and actually, I'm going to be writing a whole list of promptings because I'm becoming a fanatic. A lot of the things that are right are in AI. A lot of the form letter that we did for treelaunch.com is AI. A lot of headlines that I'm setting is AI because that helps us, and then I personalize it. And the way to personalize it is very simple. It's just you just review and say, "Oh, this doesn't sound like me," and you just change it. But let me show you very simple. This is super simple. I know some people are starting to shake because I did the first time, although this is ChatGPT. Now, chatgpt.com, you open an account. They have two. They have the plus that's pay, I think, is $20 a month, and the free. I have the free one, as you see there. I don't have the pay one because I don't see I need it. But let's suppose in the presentation, I have an example. For example, I want to write 7 inspirational short posts on social media about goals. And let me highlight that, and I'm going to put it in AI. Okay. Two. And by the way, when you write it, let's suppose that 10 of you are writing the same thing. It's not going to be exactly the same. This is the cool thing. But let's see. I want to write 7 inspirational short posts on social media about goals. I'm asking that. That's it. Then you click. They have you one post for every day. Your goals are the roadmap that guide to your dreams. Stay the course. By the way, you can do videos on that. You can say a short video, like less than 30 seconds. Big or small, every goal is a step toward the life you envision. Keep moving. You see, you just did something that we scare us. Sometimes we have writer's block and we say, I don't have a clue what I'm going to do today. Now, let's suppose that you want to go a little more wilder. I wrote here as an example, write 7 inspirational posts for social media by Les Brown. Okay. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to do that. Wow. And all those by Les Brown. You have 7 already, one for each day. You can do so many cool things, and I'm putting something super simple. You can say, I'm going to write this out. I want 7 posts about, oops, 1 second, because somebody's trying to get in and I cannot write. That's interesting. I want 7 posts. Not writing, that's weird. Okay, post on social media about healthy habits. I'm going to put short post, because I want to, about healthy habits. 7. Cool. That's really cool. I want to have 7 posts about the importance of supplementation. And then I can be more specific. Post for Instagram. And it's good if you want just to have a specific Instagram. You can use anywhere, by the way. So cool. You're becoming an expert, and you didn't know that. Yes, the chat, the GPT chat. Okay. Okay, let me answer the question with an example. Do the above, oops, the above in Spanish. Guess what? Now you have it in Spanish too. You see the power of this? You write it one time, and then you can have it in several languages. I could put German, I could put Russian, whatever you want. It's so darn cool. And the thing is that then you never, you can say something, I want a short script for TikTok. Hold on a second. TikTok posting video about, I don't know, let's put about, geez, baking, skincare, skincare, and emotion, positive emotions. I don't know why I came with that, but anyway, positive emotions. Let's see what happened. I want a short script for TikTok posting video, for a script, a short script for video for TikTok. For, let me change this for TikTok video for. And Diane is here, that's why it's cool. Voiceover, skincare. It's giving you the script. That's really cool. And because it's done for TikTok, it's short. And you see, it gives you even the hashtags. I want to 7 posts about the benefits of network marketing. I want to have 7 about benefits of network marketing. That's so cool. In German, please. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second here. Any comments? And by the way, Heidi, to learn it's very easy. It's just asking questions. Make sure you open an account, and they're asking you if you want to do the pay. As you see, I do the free one, and in a few minutes, I wrote probably I wrote scripts in language in German and in Spanish. I don't speak German. I It's amazing. Yeah, Heidi's saying I'm doing it right now. It's incredible. And it's way better than to have you send the script. Like I was thinking to send one post every day because we want to be uniqueness. By the way, something that's interesting. The style start becoming like you. Or you can ask for the style. For example, I want no, a post in social media about goals in Anthony Robbins style. You can even ask for a person. Thinking. Oh, why is that? What happened? Is not. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what happened? It's overwhelmed right now because this is the only thing. The free one, you had to wait a little to do after you do. I already did so many posts. You have to wait a little because it gets so it has because you don't have the pay one. Okay, let me do something here. I'm gonna refresh because I think that's the way around. Okay, ChatGPT. I'm gonna go there like if it's the first time that I open. Let's see. Let's see. I think that's the way around. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the way around. You see, I refresh. You see, it's the style of Anthony Robbins. You have it's a style of anybody. And by the way, by doing it consistently, eventually it's gonna have your style. Simple. Now you're posting all this, you're getting excited. Now you become a poster monster because it's so simple. You see, here is when somebody post, I mean, like your post, what do you do with the likings or the comments? Thank you for liking or comment on my post. What do you like about it? What else? It's okay if I share with something. You see, there's a script there when somebody click like or share. This is it, your list. You connect with your list. I give you some scripts to present using the tools and follow up. I didn't cover deep social media or anything like that. It's I just showing you in general ways. And by the way, the more you do videos on social media, posts, etc., more leads you start getting. And remember what we said at the beginning, the LinkedIn example. You have access to unlimited amount of people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to remind you the truth about the 6 degrees of separation by showing you again the LinkedIn. You see, by the third generation, I have 1.9 billion contacts, 1,090,000,000 contacts, I think. Billion! Let's say eliminate the third, still it's to 1.2 in the second generation. And I started with 1,100. By the way, this applies for everything. Just because LinkedIn is, that doesn't mean that's the only one. If you have 1,000 friends or 500 friends in Facebook or people are following you in TikTok, etc., that is spread out the same way. It's just that LinkedIn is showing the evidence that you are close to that person that is going to become your next leader. And again, this is the coolest part, and that's the beauty of network marketing. It's not just by yourself. When you start creating a team, they also and increasing the odds to connect with that person, because suddenly it's not just you and your contacts, and them and their contacts, reaching more people. And that's why I love this topic, by the way, because it shows you many ways. And again, I didn't go even deep in social media. We didn't go into how to set up the TikTok videos or anything like that. Just by knowing this is enough to give you a super fast start. The rest is extra. That obviously we are going to be training on that too, because I love social media. I'm going to be posting something about TikTok and Instagram, excuse me, and TikTok. I would like to have Diane back here in one. We did that training like 2 months ago, but we had to update it definitely because she has become even better and better doing. And everything started with a small video that she learned how to do. Yes, YouTube can teach you how to start SM or make reels. Yes, I'm actually, we are going to have links to the ones that I consider the best ones, and some of them that are private, that the only way to get is if you are paying $500 or something like that, but I'm going to have the links to those too. But meanwhile, you don't need to learn anything new right now to start moving your business right now. I'm going to stop recording